Well, Major League Baseball cancel the American League this season because the Yankees are the clear frontrunners now, and the Astros are going to baseball jail for a very long time.
49ers, I got one little thing for you. Good luck stopping that Green Bay offense this weekend.
Wow. It's Late Night Peel, the first of the decade.
Ha!
Let's get it going, baby. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Late Night Peel. It is here. It is 2020. We're excited. We're back at Syracuse. So you know what? We're getting back into the groove.
Stick to your resolutions.
Yeah, stick to your resolutions. I'm Trey Redfield. It's my roommate, my guy, everything, Nick Zelaya. So hey, what is happening? Let's just start playing simple because we got a lot to talk about tonight.
We do.
Major League Baseball, bro. Like, what is going on? Like, this is unbelievable what has happened. This is a sad day for the game.
It is.
Like, a sad week in general. Everything that's been going on.
It is, yeah. We all know about the Astros.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of money.
Yes.
They lost some members of their team.
Oh, yeah. Plain and simple. On Monday, AJ Hinch, the manager of the Astros, and Jeff Luhnow, the general manager of the Astros, were suspended for an entire year, and the Astros were fined $5 million. But this led to Hinch and Luhnow being fired by the Houston Astros on that same day. And then on Tuesday night, the bench coach at the time of the Astros winning the World Series, Alex Cora, the manager of the Red Sox, have officially decided to part ways. Both sides have decided to do so Tuesday night. So, Nick, I have to ask you, I know this isn't your side of the league, your side of Major League Baseball, but what does this mean for two teams that literally played each other in the ALCS back in 2018?
You know, I think the Astros are in better shape than the Red Sox right now.
I would say so too.
Because
honestly.
The Astros also lost their first and second round picks for 2020 and 2021.
They did, but they have Carlos Correa and Alex Bregman and much more.
If their superstars were older, I'd be like, all right, the Astros should be worried. But they're so young that 1 year of just tanking sort of won't do them. It won't be bad for them.
I mean, hey, at the same time though, like in sports, like losing a coach and then getting someone to lead the team has kind of been fortunate in some way. I mean, hey, when the Cavs won the finals, I know it's like a whole different sport, but when the Cavaliers won the finals, they got rid of David Blatt before the new year began, and then they went with Tyronn Lue, and they still won the NBA championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a different sport, but it's just something to think about, some positivity that could go down in Houston. But
I was also going to bring up another sport with football because, I mean, the unfortunate side of things, like when the Saints lost Sean Payton for the whole year, I don't think the Saints felt like the Saints.
No, they weren't the same.
Hopefully the Astros aren't in that situation, but I mean, that could also...
I hope not either. I mean, yeah, it's awful what the Astros did, 100%. But at the end of the day, there's so many star players on a team that bring so much joy to Major League Baseball. It will kind of crush me, even though I'm not an Astros fan, that they may not be that good this season.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of here's my thing. This could be an opportunity for the Astros and the Red Sox too, to bring back someone who means so much to their organization as a player and have them become a manager, because this could be a great opportunity for maybe Dustin Pedroia leading the way in Boston, potentially Jason Varitek, the captain who was there from, I believe, 97 until 2009. He was a former catcher for the Red Sox. This gives him an opportunity to be a manager. I mean, there are still many options out there, but there are three men who are not a part of these two teams starting from Monday night and going on into Tuesday night. So, Nick, who knows what's going to happen?
Well, the National League, good job playing by the rules. So.
But if your name's Carlos Beltran,
all right, no.
I mean, hey, he was the only person named in Manfred's memo.
It's just, that's the thing. The Mets, we were not going to have drama for the first time in a long time going into the season, and now we have this.
Yep.
So Let's go. LGM, baby.
LGM, yeah. We'll see how everything turns out. I mean, hey, the Yankees are still the clear-cut favorite, and nothing has happened to them yet. We'll see. I mean, sign stealing is something that's slowly gone up, like, worse and worse and worse, like, since, I'd say, the start of last decade, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
that's a whole nother argument. We got more stuff to get into.
More important things.
I'd say
More
yeah,
important.
Sure, I'd say so.
More important
Why not?
things.
Yeah. I can agree with
The
that.
NFL.
Yes. It's been a great couple of weeks of playoffs, and it's honestly a little bit of a different change, I'd say, because there is not a face in the AFC Championship this year. It's Conference Championship Sunday, and Tom Brady is not here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time we've seen this since 2011 when Rex Ryan and the Jets went into Foxborough and took down the Patriots. That's the last time we have not seen Tom Brady in a conference championship game. So, I mean, but let's just recap a little bit, starting with, who do you want to start with? You go. How about, enlighten me, Nick.
You want to start in the wild card or the divisional?
Wild card, because they haven't heard from us.
All right. Hey. Let's start with your boys. Titans, Patriots. New England got steamrolled over Mr. Derrick Henry.
There you go. I was about to say, I thought you were about to say the entire Titans.
Oh, no. Just Derrick Henry.
Okay, yeah.
He had, 180 yards rushing?
I think so.
And a touchdown?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
notice...
Here's my thing. At the same time, the Titans, even with Derrick Henry imploding on the Patriots could have won that game, even with Derrick Henry's performance. You are telling me you're going to... that play that they ran in winning the AFC title game and winning the Super Bowl may have worked then, but when Mike Vrabel is the coach on the opposite side, he knows what's up. I mean, he's a former Patriots linebacker, and when you run it 3 times like that, when you run 3 times and get disrespected like that in the red zone, I mean, 3 red zone trips and they get 2 field goals out of it, you're not going to win any game. You're not winning any game.
It was first down on the 1-yard line, and they could have taken a 10-point
They could have done a Brady sneak. I don't care that he's 42 years old. He was 42 years old when he had 2 QB sneaks for a touchdown against the Giants out of all teams. Why not do it now?
Props to the Titans defense.
Props to the Titans. Yeah, dude. Honestly, as a Patriots fan, when as a fan and I see them lose to these 2 teams, I absolutely hate them, and I never forgive them. This was so much different. The Titans are such a good football team, and I respect them. Because last year, I was there for it. I've said it here a lot. They crushed New England in Nashville. And they did the same thing. The score may not have shown it, but they went into Gillette, and they proved a point. And you just gotta give some damn kudos to them.
You do.
But we gotta talk about the Texans too a little bit. Well, I mean, they did blow.
I guess the AFC East is just known for blowing and choking. I guess so.
That's the Bills too, but
yeah. The Bills.
The Bills.
The Bills. You had a chance.
But you couldn't tackle Deshaun Watson.
You had a chance.
That's one of the greatest plays I've seen in so long.
Very good,
you know that?
Yeah.
Like
very
imagine if I forgot the name of the guy, but imagine if he scored a touchdown. Imagine if he scored on that play.
Who?
The guy that Watson threw to.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Can you? Oh my
I forget
gosh.
who it was it Fuller? No.
No, he was a running back. I think it was some sort of running back. But anyways, there was stuff that went down on the NFC that past Sunday too. You can't forget about that. I mean, hey, those were 2 really good games. Josh McCown played with a torn hamstring. I haven't seen that much heart out of a player in so long. You know that was his first ever playoff game?
Yeah. In his 17-year career.
But I gotta ask you, because we've seen Carson Wentz start in his first playoff game, but he still can't last like a whole half of football.
Yeah, I know.
In a whole half of playoff football. Pardon me. Because his first 2 seasons have been of playoff football. The times the Eagles have made the playoffs. They've been led by Nick Foles, who is arrested in Jacksonville right now for stealing $88 million from the Jaguars. It's unbelievable how he can't, Is it just karma with Wentz?
I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact he didn't play FBS college football and he wasn't like prepared for the NFL. I mean, he didn't play in the FCS.
I mean, he was prepared for winning. North Dakota State's is the best program we've seen.
Yeah, but North Dakota. How would North Dakota State fare against like top FBS teams?
They beat number 15 Iowa when they went into Iowa City and took down number 15 Iowa at the time. If they kept that trend going, dude, we're getting a little off topic, but when North Dakota State, they don't really play FBS teams anymore because people are scared to play them. They'll get money, but they are scared to play the Bison.
Respect.
And that started with Carson Wentz. And it's unfortunate that he's getting hurt in these situations. But at the end of the day, these teams are limited. So we're not going to talk about them anymore. The divisional round was all right.
Yeah,
it was all right. The wild card weekend was much better. But we saw an upset, and we saw the Titans go into Baltimore and do the same thing they did to the Patriots. Like, what they did to New England was more. They made defensive players be lead blockers for the Titans offense. I'm talking to you, Earl Thomas. I know you're not watching this, but I'm talking to you. It was unbelievable how they just manhandled the Ravens.
I know.
And Lamar Jackson had a very similar stat line to his last playoff game against the Chargers. Threw for around 200 yards, had 1 touchdown, but he had 3 turnovers. And this is not counting the 2, I think the 2 or 3 times that they turned it over on downs.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a confident football team. They were perfect on 4th down.
Yeah.
Until this past Saturday night. What do you think about this? I'm being very quiet today. You know that?
You know, my head was bothering me.
Your head was bothering you, yeah. But I need.
Would you like me to? My opinion.
Yeah.
I'll start with the Ravens and Titans.
Yeah, I mean that was how does that happen?
I have to say that Lamar Jackson. He even said this. He is young still, and I give him props. He is the MVP, obviously, of the season. He's winning it. MVP is based on regular season. He's winning it, and.
Postseason's like extra credit.
I just don't think he has the confidence in the playoffs.
He
probably gets nerve.
Who knows? He needs more weapons, dude. Hollywood Brown's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, and Mr. Big Trust is
Mark Ingram's a great running back.
He is.
But there's no wide receivers on that team. They haven't had as good as a receiver in so long. The last time they had a marquee wide receiver that was going to take them to new heights was Anquan Bolden. And that is a whole decade ago.
Yeah.
Almost a whole decade ago. Come on now. They need one more piece. That Ravens team can go into Foxborough and beat them by 42. I would not be shocked if that happened.
I have mixed feelings about it because I feel like at the same time Lamar Jackson obviously did not play well, and he might have choked. But at the same time, I just feel like the Titans are that good of a team.
I think they are too.
I really don't think they're a 6 seed.
Hey, if they shouldn't have lost against the Texans. And speaking of the Texans, wow. Congrats on being the son of the Atlanta Falcons because you just blew a lead
24-0.
Just like theirs back in Super Bowl 51. And it's embarrassing.
It is.
It's embarrassing. How did something like that happen? You control the momentum for a whole quarter, but then it gets the switch is flipped so quickly.
You know why?
Why?
2 words. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's so good.
Amazing.
So good.
The weapons he has is insane.
Yeah. And also with the I gotta say, that Packers Seahawks game was probably the most interesting game this week.
Yeah.
The only one possession game of the week turned out to be 28-23. It was 39 for the Packers around midfield, and Jimmy Graham comes really close to the first down marker and gets it. Gets the first down after it's reviewed. Do you think it was first down?
Yeah, because
Do you think it was?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm just clarifying.
Yeah, I mean,
because
I mean,
I agree with you.
I know there was a
agree
lot
with
of
you.
controversy, and like when I was watching it,
The yellow marker does not mean that's where the first down is.
Yeah, if you watch the replay, the yellow marker is like a yard ahead of this.
Yes.
He's past the stick.
And
It's
also,
clearly obvious.
And also, it's odd that I'm saying this, knowing there are so many cameras in a National Football League production. They still weren't able to find evidence. And at the end of the day, if Graham's shoulders are right there at the marker, I mean, and there's no cameras around it, it's a first down. Like, I mean, you have nothing else. How else are you gonna prove it?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Go do some TSA pre-check thing, like going through his body? No, you can't. It's football. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, Lambeau Field is the place to have controversial calls in the divisional round.
That's true.
Dez caught it, and Jimmy Graham got the first down. But there's a problem. They didn't think Dez caught it. I still did, but I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. We're not going to get into
Dez
that.
is out of the league.
But let's go back to Derrick Henry, because I'm so intrigued on Derrick Henry. When I saw this man play in Nashville, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He stepped onto the scene halfway into last year, last regular season, with that 99-yard run against the Jaguars on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Absolutely ending A.J. Boye's life, but it's whatever. How are the Chiefs going to handle Derrick Henry, Nick?
The answer is they are not going to, but the Chiefs' offense is a lot better, and I don't know. Can I give my prediction now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's go right into it. Who wins?
I'd say the Chiefs win. I mean, I was watching both, obviously, the Patriots-Titans game, Ravens-Titans game, and the Titans were like, oh, we're winning this game. And I was like, they're winning this game. But the Chiefs scored 51 points in less than 3 quarters. Like, that is insane.
Yeah.
That is some next-level offense right there. And the Titans might put up a lot of points. I mean, Derrick Henry could go off for 2-3 touchdowns on, when do they play? Sunday, right?
They play Sunday at
yeah.
3:05.
So, but I don't know. This Kansas City team is looking, now that Pat Mahomes is healthy, they're looking scary again. They're looking like their team from last year.
I like that. I mean, here's my thing. I think of this game as, do you remember when Army played Oklahoma in football and they took them to overtime?
I think so, yeah.
It's going to be that same kind of game. You have a pass-heavy offense with a pretty mobile quarterback, who Oklahoma had with Kyler Murray. But on the other side, you have a really good running team where your quarterback doesn't throw as much, but is still really, really good in Ryan Tannehill. I mean, his plus-minus and QBRs at the top of the league ever since he stepped in. So you have a run-heavy team and a high-powered offense team. That running team is going to take over the time of possession. Okay? But at the same time, Chiefs are still going to put up points because they go quick. This game is going to go into overtime. It's going to give fans havoc in Kansas City. And it's going to be I think it's going to be one of the greatest games that we've seen in a while. It's just going to emphasize what we have seen in the past 100 seasons of the NFL. But the Chiefs are the ones that come out on top. Harrison Butker is going to come in clutch again. That man has been the best kicker in football the entire season. He's won Player of the Week honors like twice or thrice this season. I think it's the Chiefs in overtime. I know they lost 35-32 to Nashville. This time it's going to be, I believe, 38-35.
Oh, we want a score prediction. I'll say 45-28 Kansas City.
All right. I mean, I can see that, but if they find a way to get Derrick Henry going, and maybe a little dose of Tannehill running the ball, because Tannehill can run. I hope you know that. Ryan Tannehill can run the football.
That'll put them up. That'll give them 28 points. Tennessee's defense can't give up 45.
All right. I mean, hey, the last time these two teams met, it was close, and it was a really good game. On the other side, the NFC Championship is the Packers and the Niners. Last time these two met was not good at all. I mean, it was 34-8 in Week 12. So, and you have your hot take. This is all you. Go ahead. Go speak. Speak.
This Packer offense, I know how the Niners got the best defense in the NFL.
100%.
100%. 110%. But this Packers offense, something about them is just. I have this feeling that they're just gonna go off. I mean, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is born for these moments. I feel like what's his name? Aaron Jones. I think
he's the better Aaron.
I think the Niners defense, their secondary is gonna be so focused on the wide receivers that Aaron Jones somehow is gonna have a really big game.
He's got if they.
I know the Niners got a good D line, but
if they find a way to give him the ball and utilize him in some sort of way, because this is the best Green Bay running back.
Since Eddie Lacy?
No, God no. Since Ahman Green. Ahman Green was so good, and Jones is like around those records, and I just hope that he doesn't fall off like how Green did, or like any other Green Bay running back. Because when there have been a lot of good Green Bay running backs who have come around and had good seasons, and then are gone immediately after. It's unbelievable. So
I also think,
but if they find a way to use Jones, you might be right.
I'm really excited to see. I hope this happens. Sherman versus Devontae Adams. I really want to see.
Why would that not happen?
I don't know.
Why would that not happen?
You never know.
But anyways, the Niners are going to take it. I mean, look, this is a run. The running game is so key in this season. Like, especially with the two back set that the Niners use with mostly Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman. I mean. And you can't forget about the use of the fullback. I mean, Kyle Juszczyk is like the best fullback in the league. And the way they utilize him out in the pass game along with the run game is going to go a long way. And I think the Niners take this one. And Jimmy G is going to go to the Super Bowl not sitting on the bench this time.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham. All right, that Jimmy G.
I'm talking about Garoppolo.
My prediction is 24-21 Green Bay.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah.
It's going to be, dude, I hate to break, it's going to be like 28-10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Packers, as much as I like your idea, the Packers are not getting it going.
Mm-hmm. Packers-Chiefs, Super Bowl.
Okay. Wow. That was the first Super Bowl matchup, you know that?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, but let's flip it around a little bit to the crummier teams in the league. And when I'm talking about the crummier teams, I'm talking mostly about the NFC East, because there were 3 coaching changes in the NFC East. Starting with Jay Gruden going with Ron Rivera, the Giants firing Pat Shurmur, going with the Patriots special teams and wide receivers coach Joe Judge. Jason Garrett parted ways with the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is in Dallas now. The Panthers, while they lost Ron Rivera, they hired Matt Rule and also got Joe Brady as their offensive coordinator. Joe Brady was God tier at LSU. And then Cleveland fired Freddie Kitchens and went with Kevin Stefanski, who is the Vikings offensive coordinator. Nick, so many coaching changes. Are any of these going to succeed?
Honestly, I think Mike McCarthy.
I think so too.
I just think
he's so underrated.
I know.
He's so underrated. Everyone's like,
why he didn't.
He only got him 1 championship. He's not that good. Are you kidding me?
He's a good coach.
McCarthy and Rodgers had a very special connection. Okay, McCarthy and Rodgers would go very, very far in playoff runs. They would have great playoff runs together. I mean, McCarthy led a 6-seeded team to win a Super Bowl. Okay, he took down an amazing Dallas Cowboys team when they were the 4 seed at the time, before losing to Atlanta in the NFC title game. But this team, I mean, this is a great hire. This is the best hire they could have gotten, and the Cowboys went ka-ching, because this is the first time they've had to do this since like 2009, like deal with a head coaching situation.
Yeah. I just think McCarthy needs to like take a step forward and like take control of his team and not be stuck in Jerry world.
Right.
That was the issue with Jason Garrett the entire time.
Right. Because I mean, hey, the Redskins are doing a mentality like that. They're here to win. They're going to work. Ron Rivera, when he stepped into the Redskins office, he took out all the pool and ping pong tables. The president's hired. This is Ron. Switching gears a little bit. This is Ron Rivera's team, and at the same time, this is Mike McCarthy's team. The NFC East is going to be a very intriguing division. Maybe not this year, because I don't really believe in like teams starting out that quickly.
Yeah.
Other than in baseball, but give it some time.
And then there's the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants. Nothing's gonna happen there. Like Joe Judge is probably gonna end up back in New England. I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked at all. But
that's such a bad hire. Why?
I know.
Why?
You had Josh McDaniels on the table, but no. He's staying in New England, and that means you're giving Tom Brady a much better chance of staying in New England. Way to go, NFL. You really screwed up because the Patriots are coming. They're coming back, at least. But there's some... Speaking of old people, not really old people, I guess in Antonio Gates, but Luke Kuechly retired last night.
BC native.
At 28, Luke Kuechly retired. Nick, we have seen players do this. We saw Andrew Luck retire at the start of the season. We saw Rob Gronkowski retire after the Patriots won Super Bowl 53. We saw Doug Baldwin get cut, then immediately retire at the age of 30. And now we get Luke Kuechly retiring from the Panthers at 28. After such good news about having Matt Rule, who's a great coach, turned around the Temple program and made get Baylor back on the map after what they've been through. And then they get Joe Brady, who is an amazing offensive-minded 30-year-old in Carolina, who was at LSU, and now this. This is what do you think about this?
I mean, poor guy's been injury prone his entire career.
He has.
I think that's a main factor.
It's really gone down. Remember when he got popped by Mark Ingram? I think it was.
Yeah.
On Thursday night.
Yeah,
that's where it all started. That is where it all started.
I think with all the new, not to sound like this isn't science, this is sports, right, Trey?
Yeah, I mean we're not scientists. This is sports.
But with all the new technology and everything, and all these studies about how unhealthy football is, this could be mentally getting these players' minds, and they're I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to risk the rest of my life because of a sport.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know if that's the reason or not. I mean, this just came out a few hours ago, but that's my take on it.
Here's my thing. I'm from Raleigh. I mean, but I'm not a Panthers fan, but I still keep track of them. And when Super Bowl 50 came around, the Patriots weren't in it, so I supported whatever. But the Patriots weren't in it, so I cheered for the Panthers. I mean, why not? They're a hometown team. You gotta respect them. But that team was so good, and it's amazing. The Panthers have literally demolished everything from that team because that linebacking core was one of the best I've ever seen. You have Thomas Davis, a rookie, and Shaq Thompson, who's had a really good rookie season, and then you put Luke Kuechly into that mix, along with Charles Johnson and Star Lotulelei.
15-1.
Yeah, into that front. That's a part of that front seven. Oh yeah, you also got Josh Norman as your number one corner. That was a good team. And now they're here. We're at the point where Cam Newton might get traded. Most of that defense is gone. It is a whole nother rebuild going on in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Matt Rule is getting paid $10 million a year, so he better do his job.
$10 million a year.
He's got 7 years, 70 with 80 guaranteed.
Jerry Richardson would not have given him that much money if he was the owner.
He better do his job good now. So
do his job well.
I'm not in Column 101 anymore, Trey.
All right. Yeah,
it's okay. Thank you.
For all you Com 101 students that go to Syracuse, I'm so sorry. We lucked out, didn't we?
We did.
But anyways, let's hoop. Nothing much has really changed, to be honest.
It's been a month since we've been sitting
here. We leave for a nice month of winter break, and the Lakers and Bucks are still running the show.
I mean, hey. Giannis is still the MVP favorite.
Yeah, 100%.
My mind hasn't changed.
100%. But the All-Star game is coming up.
It is.
And there's some and they're going to and here's the thing. There are going to be some new faces in this year's All-Star game. We have Trae Young, I believe, leading the way in the as with the guards. Kemba Walker's third. Derrick Rose is fourth. Derrick Rose has really been putting on a tear. And there's also the backcourt really, really standing out to me as well.
Fred VanVleet's in the top 10, which is
Yeah.
Blasphemous.
Good word. Good
Thank
word.
you. Thank you.
And I mean,
thank you, Stephen.
And here's and another thing with me is that I was looking at this the other day, and it's really unfortunate that Ja Morant is so low in the voting.
I know.
Like, it just shows how much a small market player that is so good is underappreciated in this league. Ja Morant is going to win Rookie of the Year, I believe. I mean, there are some great rookies down in Miami, especially.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Like Cam was spot on by talking about Tyler Herro.
He is. But
at the end of the day, Ja Morant is too good, and
Alex Caruso's ahead of Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, D'Angelo Russell, Ja Morant.
Like,
that shows what LA is.
That shows what fans are. Like, Taco Fall is 6th. I think the Celtics have the most amount of players in the top 10 for All-Star voting.
Yeah, they got Hayward.
You have Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Taco Fall, Kemba Walker. I mean, that's like
crazy.
That could be a starting 5, to be honest with you. I wish they played Fall more, but it's. Do you think they need to make a change with how they do All-Star voting?
I mean, luckily this isn't everything.
Yeah.
So
because the NBA is the one that cuts it to
they do the fan voting, but that's part of it.
Yeah, how many people on the front court go to the All-Star game?
Yeah.
How many guards go to the All-Star game?
Then there's a committee that checks over it, and they're like, "Oh, Alex Caruso is not an All-Star,
right?
So we're not going to put him in."
I mean, it's literally like the United States, I guess. People vote, and then you have the Electoral College. Nothing wrong with it at all. It just shows that if the people go bad, you know what, crazy, there's a committee right there to fix it. So I don't have a problem with it. I have no problem with it.
I love All-Star Weekend.
I love the All-Star Weekend too, and I'm just so upset about the fact I missed All-Star Weekend in Charlotte last year.
I did.
I'm never gonna have an opportunity to see something like that again. You know, I mean, that was such a great dunk contest. I think it was one of the best skills competitions I've ever seen. People won rounds by throwing it up from half court. I thought that was awesome. But at the same time, I think it's a little unfair, but why not, dude?
As a Laker fan, I'm so excited to watch Dwight Howard in the dunk contest.
Who's joining him?
I think Ja might be.
Ja Morant, okay. Zach LaVine is pending, I've heard.
A lot of invites were sent out, and I don't think players have probably a week or two in advance.
Why would you not want to? You are having a dunk contest in Chicago.
Players' excuses are, I'm an
Michael
in-game
Jordan.
dunker.
Michael Jordan was, when he was a rookie, he won the dunk contest, didn't he?
So was Kobe.
So was Kobe. Dude, what Ja Morant is doing is this is a great opportunity for Ja Morant to step off, to pop off. Because when you're that low in the voting, 1, and 2, you are a rookie. I mean, overall a rookie, but how about a little 2A from a small market team? Jordan played in Chicago. Big market. Kobe played in Los Angeles. Big market. Ja Morant's playing in Memphis, Tennessee. For him, I want this man to win. I'm pulling for Ja Morant.
I would, yeah.
Because, I mean, he's used to it. He played at Murray State, Nick. He played at Murray State.
I know.
And the only reason why he popped off was because he was, why he became so star-studded or so popular was that he had that, best of the best dunk on top 10.
Yeah, he had his athleticism and his dunks, but then people started watching this dude and they're like, oh my god, this guy can actually ball out. He's putting up 30 points. This is insane. And now he's the second pick of the draft.
Yeah.
And the front runner for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and I think he will. I hope that he has a very extracurricular All-Star weekend. He's going to be in a Rising Stars game, 100%. He's going to be in the dunk contest, and I really hope he plays on Sunday night.
Yeah.
That'll be a great opportunity for him.
One player that probably won't be playing on Sunday night.
No.
Is Zion. And the number 1 pick of the draft, yep.
Is Zion.
He's playing
this Thursday. He's playing this Thursday.
Against the Utah Jazz.
This man went from falling asleep on the bench well, here's the thing. 1 year ago yesterday, he went from, losing to Syracuse in the Carrier Dome.
Did you see Elijah's? He posted on his Instagram story his 3-quarter shot he made at halftime.
That's right, he did do that.
That's
the reason why. That's literally if you think about it,
we won by 4 in overtime.
That's in overtime. That's one of the reasons why we won that game, because of that shot. But this man went from losing to Syracuse to almost coming back for a sophomore season. Oh my gosh, that would have been unbelievable. To falling asleep on the bench, and now this man finally gets to play after relearning how to walk and run, apparently, by the Pelicans. How does that happen, dude?
And the game
You learn to run and walk again.
it's not even going to be on TV either because the Bucks and Celtics are on at that time. And, I mean, as good as those teams are, I think more people want to see Zion play.
Yeah, that's where ESPN comes in.
Trey,
I mean, come on now.
I mean,
ESPN loves Zion Williams.
you never know. I mean,
It's what they want. It's
if
what
they
people want to
don't do
see.
anything, though, Reddit is going to get some live
Oh,
viewers.
says you.
Yeah.
Says
I'm not the
you.
only one. I am not the only one.
I know you're not. You put me on it for a
Reddit is very useful.
I'm shocked they haven't
Sponsored us?
No, that they're not
Reddit's?
put into jail.
Oh, I know. I don't know how Reddit works. I'm never going to know how it works. But I get my Bronco and Lakers games, so I'm not complaining.
Let's take a little bit of a breather through college football because the season's officially over. LSU won the national championship as expected.
Yeah.
They won 42-25 on Monday night. Controlling most of the game, except for about most of the first quarter. That first quarter was Clemson's, but it only matters when there's triple zeros. And Joe Burrow threw for 60 touchdown passes this season. 60 in 15 games. That breaks Colt Brennan's record, and I think. And
4 a game. It's pretty good.
what do you mean?
4 touchdowns a game on average.
Yeah, on average. Yeah. It's unfortunate to see Colt Brennan lose that record because he's so underrated. But at the end of the day, Joe Burrow's Joe Burrow, and that man has so much swagger that,
that guy is just a living legend at this point.
My kids better take notes, and they're not even alive yet, to be honest with you. So dude.
Props to Joe Burrow.
Yeah, props to Joe Burrow. This dude went from not really playing much at all at Ohio State to proving an opportunity after taking down UCF in the Fiesta Bowl, and then to doing this. He threw for 60 touchdowns, winning the Heisman, and becoming national champion all in an undefeated season. The last person to do that was Jameis Winston. And before that, Cam Newton. So, that's some good company right there.
Hopefully he isn't.
Hopefully
have
he's
the same NFL career as those two.
I really hope not, because Joe Burrow is a really good player. Really good player. And for someone to see someone with so much confidence and potentially may not be able to turn around the Cincinnati Bengals will hurt me. Because I admire Joe Burrow. He's a great quarterback. We've talked about him for most of the college football season.
He's going to be loved in Cincinnati, though.
100%.
He's going to be a fan.
And it's ironic that he's going to the Bengals, knowing LSU's nicknamed the Bayou Bengals. So, but that's just something to think about. Here's my thing. It was the 150th season. What do you think about? What were your thoughts on this season?
Well, aside from the season, something on my mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have the greatest football player of all time.
We do.
Just remember
Jim
that.
Brown.
Jim Brown.
And then
Ernie was 15th.
Ernie was 15th, and Floyd Little was
52.
52. All of them wore number 44.
Floyd Little. Shout out New Haven.
Yeah.
203, baby.
203.
Connecticut.
This is John Wallace's 44, but 44 is a very special
I
number
think
around here.
this was one of the better college football seasons in a while. I don't know why.
You'll never be able to top off 2007.
Why not?
2007 was the greatest season.
This was a very good season, though.
It was. It
was
really
competitive.
was. Competitive.
And there wasn't one clear-cut favorite.
Yeah.
To win the championship.
No, I mean,
usually it's been either Clemson or Alabama.
LSU was not in the preseason top 4. LSU took down the entire preseason top 4 this year.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Alabama in conference play. They beat Oklahoma they beat Georgia in the SEC title game. They beat Oklahoma in the same location in the Peach Bowl. Yeah, they beat Bama.
Bama and Tuscaloosa.
And Tuscaloosa. Facts. I should have said that in Tuscaloosa. And then they beat Clemson. Someone just got to get pulled over. But anyway, yeah. But anyways, flipping to the other Tigers, the last time they've lost was in the Superdome.
Yeah.
To Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still think that Clemson's going to be all right. And
yeah, I think they're gonna.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay.
Destroy everybody next year.
They're going to be.
They have Trevor Lawrence again.
They do. They're going to be ranked higher than LSU, in the preseason ranking. I think
Probably.
because
Yeah.
LSU does not have Joe Burrow. I'm sorry. There's potential that they may lose a lot of. They may lose a lot of Burrow's weapons. Like Thaddeus Moss might go into the draft this season. He's projected around 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I'm like scared to see.
if I had to pick someone who's more likely to be back there and win it, it'd be Clemson.
Oh yeah,
100% be Clemson
easily. And oh my god,
I mean, there's so much pro talent on that defensive side that they can. Here's the thing: they can easily keep that talent. You know, that's. Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable.
I can't even imagine how bad they're going to beat Syracuse next year.
Oh, it's going to be in Death Valley.
It's going to be... Oh, I know it is. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Trevor Lawrence.
Can't wait.
God.
But let's go into college football now because college basketball. Because college basketball is officially the front runner now for college sports with the football season being over. And starting with past Saturday,
we're all confused.
Yeah, I mean we're a little confused because a lot of number one teams have been losing, but Baylor just won. Not just against Kansas. It was the number 4 versus number 3 matchup. They manhandled the Jayhawks
They did.
in Lawrence, in Allen Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
Nobody loses in Allen Fieldhouse. Oklahoma's done it before. Richmond has beaten Kansas in, I believe it was 2006. Spiders out of all teams beat them. But are they the favorite to win the national championship?
I gotta see some more from them.
You gotta see more from them.
I know. For years, I've been iffy about Gonzaga, but this year,
Oh, dude.
they
You and
look like
me,
a good team.
You and me both, man.
They've been number 1 for a few weeks, and the only serious win they've gotten is UNC. And what's their name? Who am I going blank on? They beat the number 8 team in the country.
Gonzaga?
Yeah.
Gonzaga. Oh, they took down
What's their name?
Well, they lost to Michigan.
I know they lost to Michigan.
They beat Oregon.
That's what it was. But if you look at the teams they're playing, they're not playing great teams, but they're winning by 30, 40 points.
They are.
That's frightening.
They are.
And you mentioned this to me earlier. All their players are like 6'5" and taller, besides like how many? Like 1 or 2?
Yeah, a couple. They're like
they're point guards,
shooting
yeah.
guards, yeah.
So that's.
But they're all 6'5" or
team's
most of them are
legit.
6'5" and
Gonzaga's
taller.
legit.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think Baylor is not the favorite to win a national championship. It's still up in the air, but at the same time, Gonzaga is the clear front runner. I know that Mark Few has been there for a while, and the fact that the Gonzaga hasn't had the best West Coast Conference opponents, they still lost a couple WCC teams.
St. Mary's always gives them some trouble.
And Baylor
That's the one
or
thing.
BYU beat them in the West Coast
Those two
championship
teams
one year.
always give them trouble.
But here's the thing. With the West Coast Conference this year, there are 5 teams who are like 14-3. They've won 13 plus games already in their overall record. And the fact that Gonzaga is just so good, led by Flip Petrusev, he's really turning it up, and he's leading that Gonzaga crowd. Another foreign player kicking it up a notch. Gonzaga has something to prove.
They always got those big foreign players.
Oh
on their
my
team.
gosh, it's unbelievable. But here's the thing. They've been doubted so much. They're like Clemson. Everyone thinks they suck. They don't suck. This is a great basketball team.
Yeah, Clemson's won too.
Yeah, but Clemson had some good ACC competition then.
They did.
So I still think Gonzaga is the clear favorite right now. But when they lose, they will go down. They will tumble.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they'll change ever if they lose. So that's my take. But let's go.
Now
We did it. The Cuse did it.
we did it.
They took down Virginia.
We're making the tourney.
They took down They took down Virginia in overtime, winning 63-55. The Orange turned it up in overtime. They scored more points in OT than they did in the entire second half. I mean, going into overtime, it was like 50 some.
Oh no!
50s. It was like
46, 46.
That's right. Yeah. It was Well, really, it was 43-43. So,
Was it really?
well, yeah, because we scored 20 points in overtime.
Oh, that makes sense then.
Yeah. So, the Orange scored 24 points in the first half. And the entire game of their first game against Virginia, which was opening night, they only scored 34 points.
Yeah, why couldn't you do that at home? Why
I
couldn't you do that at
know,
home?
right? I know.
It's okay,
But
we'll beat Duke in a few weekends.
hopefully. But Joe Girard, the freshman, leads the nation in free throw percentage, as he did in scoring in this game with 19. He has a 95.7 free throw percentage. He's only
That's
missed
crazy.
2 all season. He's 45 for 47. I talked about this in my Citrus tryout, Nick, but if the Orange want to make the tournament, they have to find an X factor. It can't just be Elijah Hughes. And I know Buddy Boeheim is also in the top 10 in scoring for the ACC. Well, can you believe that Buddy Boeheim is?
Yeah, he's
top-
like 15.3 points or something.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Elijah's too.
Elijah's second in the ACC right now. That's awesome. That is awesome. And to see someone like Joe Girard step up, knowing he wasn't even the starter at the start of the season.
Yeah,
your
boys.
God bless Jalen Carey, but what does this mean for JG3? Is this like a confidence booster? You think this is gonna keep going?
It's a huge confidence booster.
I mean, they have something to prove coming up because they have Boston College, Virginia Tech, at Notre Dame, Pitt, and then at Clemson down in Littlejohn,
And then Blue Devils.
and then Duke comes down. Duke comes up to SU. Nick, these teams have same or better records, better overall records than the Orange. What are you predicting for? Let's go with the next 6, knowing that they play Duke.
I'm gonna say that Syracuse goes 4-2 in these games.
4-2.
4-2.
Who do they lose to?
They lose to I say Clemson and Notre Dame.
Okay. All right.
Did you notice something? I said they're 4-2 and they'll lose to Clemson and Notre Dame.
What do you mean by that?
Who are we beating?
We're beating Boston College, Virginia Tech, and Pitt,
And who else?
and Duke.
Good work.
That's bold. I think they're going to go 4-2 as well, but I think they're going to lose to Virginia Tech, and I think I'm going to agree with you. They're going to lose to Clemson. Little John Coliseum is a hard place to play,
Yeah, it is.
and it'll be proven. It'll be proven. So, but speaking of Clemson, they took down Duke. Number 3 Duke lost in Littlejohn. We talked about a solid 10 seconds ago. They lost 79-72. What does this mean for the Blue Devils?
I mean,
This is their first
better-
loss. This is their first loss in Stephen F. Austin. Will
I
this make them better? Because when they lost to SFA, they just went up from there, man.
I just gotta say they gotta be lucky that all the other teams, the top teams in the country, are losing as well. Because they don't want to be singled out.
No,
This is gonna give them a little.
This is gonna get Butler.
We
a
can't
little
lose
bit
to
of a
Clemson.
boost.
We can't lose to teams like Clemson. They're gonna turn up and start winning a lot more.
Clemson always gets that one game.
They do.
They do.
And I think they had
And
a
they
little,
always
they had a little bit of energy from last night, a little anger. You know,
Yeah,
had
they
to release that in the court.
play a lot of teams tough too. Like I remember growing up a State fan, they always give Clemson a hard time.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good opportunity. We'll see how Syracuse handles Clemson when they come into when they go down there. But you know what? This has been a long show, and this is a good way to end it. I think
It is.
ending with the fact that Duke
Syracuse is gonna beat
lost last night.
Duke. And Syracuse is gonna beat Duke. I can't.
That's
wait.
a hot take.
I can't wait to church.
Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Here's my thing.
What?
With Duke, what does this mean for them? Because they play Louisville next. Do you think they beat Louisville?
I think they beat Louisville.
I think they crushed.
But-
I think they crushed Louisville.
But looking at Duke's freshmen that came in, they have underperformed so much.
They have. Vernon, you
They had
can't.
the number one
You
player
can't
in the
miss
country.
that many free throws, and I mean Vernon Carey especially.
Yeah, him,
He went to the line like twice in the last, I'd say, 7 minutes. I think it was twice or 3 times. He only made, I'd say, 1 or 2 free throws.
He was the number one player coming out of high school. I
Yeah.
expected. James Wiseman, but he's moving on to the league. But yeah, I expected a lot more out of Vernon Carey this year, and he is really not showing.
Yeah, but I just love how we get to talk about Duke losing as our final topic tonight.
Everyone loves Joey Baker though.
Yeah, that's true. But
Big 3-point guy.
I mean, hey, that's gonna do it for this week's edition of the Late Night Peel. make sure you guys go check out our new Instagram that Nick put up.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll begin.
We'll start posting.
We'll begin to start working on that one.
It's silly week.
It is silly week, so make sure to just keep liking and make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and also give us a listen on Spotify. And don't forget to tell your friends as well. Can't thank you guys enough for tuning in this week. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in once again. We'll catch y'all next week. And most of all, we will catch y'all on the flip side.
Are we still playing football in the snow this weekend?
Oh, got to.
Yeah?
Got to.
Hopefully no one rips my jacket this time. I don't want to buy a new jacket.
All right.